All right, to discuss this further, we're joined by Eric Mandel, Director of the Middle East Political Information Network. Eric, nice to have you with us.
Nice to be here.
So, Eric, Netanyahu has yet to sign a single coalition agreement. He's got that extension now for 2 weeks. Are you surprised that he's having such a hard time putting together this government?
Well, the fact that it hasn't happened is not a surprise because it usually takes the full 6 weeks. But this is about brinkmanship, leverage, the price for a coalition. They all need one another. However, who needs to give up more? Who will be extorted more? Bibi needs to form a coalition. He needs to form a coalition so the coalition partners will be able to create a law that with a simple majority can overrule a Supreme Court ruling, which will weaken the balance of powers, but may give him immunity from being indicted. And so Bibi needs a coalition to form now. The real strongest person here is Lieberman.
Right.
Because he has 65 seats in this.
Well, he has 5 Knesset
right.
seats. Avigdor Lieberman's Israel Beiteinu's party has 5 Knesset seats. Now, let's focus on Lieberman's gripes because he just wants a tougher response to terrorists and to Hamas, keeping in mind that this election was initially triggered by Lieberman. He pulled out in protest of yet another ceasefire agreement with Gaza. He says that he wants, the death penalty for terrorists in prison to be implemented. He also is objecting to this transfer of money from Qatar to Gaza right after 700 rocket attacks were launched at Israel. And he says, look, there needs to be some kind of endgame here with Hamas. Why is that a problem for Likud? Where is the disconnect between what he's suggesting and what Netanyahu may want?
Well, the Qatari money is just basically to mow the lawn, to keep things quiet there, so they can, when they do mow the lawn, it'll be quieter. They're playing a game here that they don't have an answer for Hamas. The military says we can go in there, but what's going to be left over in Gaza is going to be chaos and anarchy, and even worse. It's the devil we know. We'd rather have Hamas. It also shifts our focus away from our primary threat, which is Iran, and which is going to be coming from the north. And so Bibi would like to continue what he's doing. And remember, Lieberman, the last time he became defense minister, made all kinds of promises about targeting people, Hamas people in Gaza, and that never happened. So I think there's a lot of, bellicosity and rhetoric of what's going on. But he triggered this, and now he wants to be defense minister again.
Right, he wants to be defense minister. There seems to be an overlap of people that are vying for certain positions. And the solution proposed by some, including Bibi, is to create more minister positions, to have a deputy minister of defense, for example, and just supplement the members of Knesset. What do you make of that? Is that viable?
Well, more bureaucracy in government never really works out well. Bibi ultimately is really in charge of what goes on. If he put Moshe Kalan in the foreign ministry, he knows that he would not be important because Bibi runs foreign policy. Defense, Bibi really does run defense, although Lieberman did push back against him. But too many people, too many cooks here is not going to be a positive thing.
Is there an opportunity for blue and white to get a chance to form a coalition government? If this deadline passes, May 29th, Netanyahu does not have a coalition government, is the president likely to say to Benny Gantz's party, you guys have a go?
I think he's obligated at that point to give them a chance. I don't think they're going to be able to form a coalition, which means that it could bring another election. And Bibi, the last thing he wants is another election because we have those indictments or the intent to indict of those 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, and 4,000 criminals.
All those cases, which they still need to have the hearing for that. But a lot of stuff at stake for Prime Minister Netanyahu. Eric, thanks as always. Appreciate it. Eric Mandel.